Hi guys, so we're not going to make any actual cards today, at least not for this video. We're just going to do some messing around with some alcohol ink and some leftover Christmas colored foils. I have some green left over and some red. Maybe we'll throw some gold and silver in there. I hate to see this go to waste, so I thought I would make some Christmas colored alcohol ink panels, maybe for backgrounds, maybe for other items in future cards coming up for the Christmas series. But we're not just going to do Christmas colors, we're going to do like what I think of as snowflake panels, because I have a couple of dyes I'd like to use, snowflake dyes, and then a Christmas tree snowflake dye. So for those I have Stream, Indigo, I'm not quite sure what we're going to play with, but this is what I pulled out. Mermaid, Sailboat Blue. And then to add some pinkish purple in there, I don't have a straight up pink, but I have Wild Plum and Purple Twilight. And I have some cracked pistachio out. I'm not sure where I'm going to use it or if I'll use it at all. And then for red we have cranberry, watermelon, and currant. And then for my greens I have meadow, citrus, and lettuce. I also have out some of the gold and silver mixatives. I have my alcohol blending solution, and I have some isopropyl alcohol. I think it's 91% inside of an old stamp cleaner spray bottle. And if for tools, which I don't always use, but just in case, I pulled out a toothbrush I use for alcohol inks, 2 different size paintbrushes, a straw. I of course have my alcohol tool, blending tool, and a little eyedropper. My cut up pieces of foam. Now you might hear my show playing in the background. Like I said, we're not really doing a tutorial here. We're just kind of messing around. Just ignore anything you might hear in the background, because of course I can't edit yet. I did put in some more pictures for the month to get printed to take off of my memory on my phone. Okay, so let's get started. This is a piece of 5x7 Yupo that I cut in half so that I can maximize its usage on a card, because we don't need full panels for everything. I also pulled out 2 pieces of gloss cardstock. I think this is Love Nicole. I picked this up at AC Moore, and it was originally pre-scored A2 cards, and I just cut the panel in half. So I think we're going to start with a Yupo. And I think we're going to start with traditional Christmas colors. So just to keep this straight, I'm going to stick, oops, you can hear all my stuff dropping here. I don't have any temporary adhesive right now, like removable. So I'm just going to use a glue dot on the back. And that'll keep it from sliding around on my glass mat. I bought this little glue dot dispenser, and it has not worked properly since the day I bought it. It's like the paper got all messed up. And it's still moving, so I think I'm going to put one more on there. Alright, let's see what we got here. And yeah, my hands are stained from coloring, Christmas cards, all kinds of stuff. I'll show you guys a flat card I made today before this video ends, and I'll also show you the contents of the Christmas card kit that I made for the giveaway. The giveaway is closed, and I will be announcing the winner in the next video. Okay, what do I want to use? I think I'm going to use cranberry. Let's go with cranberry and meadow. I think to start with, I'm just going to spray a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on my panel, and then just start with some droplets. If I can get this open, oh my goodness, guys, this is like really on there. Oh, it won't come off. I swear one of these days I have to do a blooper reel. Ow. What can I use to get that off? If you hear any screams or anything, I'm watching the latest episodes of Supernatural. Yeah, God, this is not working. I think I got it. Okay. Ta-da! I've also got a rag handy. I like the Yupo paper because, you know, it stays wet a little bit longer. Alcohol ink, when I work with it, always makes me a little nervous because, oops, I bumped the camera, sorry. It's not something I can control the outcome of for the most part. And I really don't like it when I can't control the outcome of something. So I'm going to use some meadow. And some alcohol blending solution. Get some more green in there, or some red, I'm sorry. So I know you're all probably getting ready for Thanksgiving. I am cooking a Thanksgiving dinner for at home, but I'm also going to my brother's house. So I'll be kind of making a dinner and a half. I like to have leftovers. I don't like coming home and only having the little bit that was, you know, they were able to give you from the leftovers. It's always like a fight over leftovers, isn't it? Oh, what do you want? You can have this much of this. You can have this much of this. So I like to make sure I have my own at home. I think I might add a little bit of a lighter green in here, so we're going to go with the citrus. And like I said, see, I hate it that I can't really control what the alcohol ink is doing. And right now, This panel just looks absolutely hideous to me. So we're going to change it a little bit. Oop. And of course for me, I don't know how many of you do it, but I used to never be a Black Friday shopper. And then a few years back when we moved out here, it's not really the country, but it's definitely not the city, I started shopping on Black Friday because I realized for our family, for the amount of kids we have, it definitely makes a difference. I definitely save money. The first couple of years, I stood in line and fought with people over getting into the stores and getting the best sales, and I've learned over the years that I don't have to be there as soon as the sales start, that there's still plenty of good things on sale, and you still save a lot of money. You don't have to necessarily go for all those big ticket items that people are fighting over. And it's the best way to not drive yourself nuts if you're going Black Friday shopping. I'm going to add some gold in here. Just saying goodnight to my hubby there. I don't know if you heard him. And I like the gold that they added in there, but it kind of like all our green disappeared. So where do we want to go with? We want to go with the lighter or the darker? I think I'll add a little. See, I don't like what that did there. So we're going to move that around a little bit. Alright, I want that to dry a little bit because I like that pattern that's going on there. You want to be careful if you're throwing a heat gun on UFO because it will melt it. And I want to throw some foil on this, so I'm trying to get it to dry a little bit. And I think because there's so much red in this panel that we're going to add some green foil. And I realize I'm not centered here, but I don't think it really makes a difference for this So while we're waiting for that to dry real quick, I'll show you the one layer card I made today. So I took my 2 Lawn Fawn sets, the Christmas Dreams, and the Holiday Helpers, and I made this one panel, 1 layer card. I did a lot of masking. It didn't take too long, but that's a lot to do for a whole set, which is probably why this probably won't be turned into a set of 10 cards. I did the fireplace, the little elves. I did one of the boxes and added 2 labels, a lot of the toys. Now I took that wrapping paper and I inked it up where you didn't get the open part of the wrapping paper and made a stack of wrapping paper right there. And I did some shading underneath the toys and stuff. My shading, sometimes it turns out good, sometimes it looks a little wacky. And like I shaded under the train also, but you can't really see it because it's right at the edge of the card. And I did a lot of shading with my Copic markers to color it in. And threw some ribbon up here on top of the fireplace along with the milk and cookies for Santa. I think all in all it turned out to be a really cute card. I used my peppermint stripe stencil that we just used in the hedgehog video to make like a wallpaper, and I drew a line in pencil across to make where the wall meets the floor. Otherwise it would look like they're all floating. And I like the way it turned out. It turned out really cute. On the inside, I put "May all your holiday dreams come true" with a little puppy dreaming of a bone from those same stamp sets, and then a little ribbon. And I think it turned out to be a cute little 1 layer card. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's still a little wet in the middle, like too wet. You want it to still be tacky for the foil, but you don't want it to be this wet. Alright, so let's see what we can get out of this. I'm just going to rub with my finger along the foil. Let's see. Some of it did come up on the foil, but it still took some of the foil, and it looks really cute. Let's move some of these out of the way so I don't bump the camera again. See, that pile looks a little wet still. And I think that's good. I don't want to put too much on. So let's see if we can get underneath here. Just using a plastic palette knife to scrape against those glue dots until this dries fully. And I think that turned out super cute for a Christmas panel. Alright, let me clean this up real quick. Now I see that this video is already at 20 minutes. So we're going to do one in snowflake colors, as I call them now, so that if I want to choose the end of the video after that, and I can show you guys the contents of the giveaways card kit in case we need to shut the video off, because I know it's harder for you guys to watch these longer videos. I also want to use some foil in the snowflake one, so I'm going to pull out some silver. And this silver is left over from that butterfly card kit from Simon Says Stamp that we got a few months ago. Now for this one, instead of using the Yupo, I'm going to use the gloss cardstock. We're going to put some more glue dots on it. And now, as I've learned from the other one, we're going to put one on each side so it stays stable. And for this one, we're going to be using silver fixative. Snowflakes and silver, that just seems to go along for me, go together for me. So I'm going to loosen that, but I'm not going to loosen it all the way in case we need to shake it again. All right. So because this is the gloss, we got to be careful with how much we soak it. So let's choose our colors first. I'll pull out indigo, although I'm not sure we're going to use it. I'll definitely pull out the sailboat blue. And some plum and purple twilight. And maybe we'll just uncap the mermaid and the cracked pistachio just in case. Squirt this down with some isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to start with my blues. And they are moving right around because of that alcohol. Just move those around a little bit. I'm trying to make a base background of blue on this one real quick before we go adding other colors. Now this is a very concentrated deep color, so I'm not going to put too much of that on there. And because you can see because I didn't put down alcohol beforehand, it dried a lot quicker. But we're going to leave that for now. When we add some silver to that, it'll definitely space itself out. I'm going to go with some wild plum now. So far so good. I like the way that's turning out. I want to add a lighter blue. I wish I had something slightly lighter than this sailboat. And I don't really want to get into the greens yet. I need a little bit of this and see how the color looks with this other stuff. And this time I'll go with the alcohol blending solution. And this is definitely going in a lot darker direction than I wanted it to, so I'm going to stay away from the purple twilight from that for now. And go with some more of the sailboat blue. And then I'm going to shake that silver up. And I don't want to add too much of this because I also pulled out that silver foil. So I don't know if you can see my face going in there, but I'm trying to spread that silver around. And I like the way the silver and the indigo mixed over here, and I'm trying to stay away from doing anything to that would change it drastically. And I like the way this is starting to look, but we still got some white spaces to fill in, and that pinkish purple, that plum in the corners is too dark now for the way the rest of this turned out. So we're gonna have to try to change that a little bit. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this there. Let's see what we can do with that. And we're gonna add some silver in there. Just in each corner, a little tiny bit, and then if it's still too dark, we'll go in with the foil when we're using the foil. And I'll keep that plum and blue out just in case we need to make any changes. But everything else I'm going to move out of the way. All right, now we want to get some foil on this quick before it starts drying. All right, so it was too wet that time. As you can see, we took off more alcohol ink and didn't put any foil on. So let's try over here. That worked. I guess my glue dots were done working. And that looks pretty. definitely lightened up that purple and indigo. I really like the way this turned out. It has kind of a frosty look to it, which is kind of the perfect background to go with snowflakes, if you ask me. Now, if your paper gets too dry and your foil's not working, you could always try adding a little bit of alcohol to make your isopropyl alcohol, to make your alcohol ink tacky again. I would just advise you to be careful because I've never tried that, honestly. And I don't know what it does to the parts that are already foiled. So, if anybody does know what happens to it, the parts that are already foiled, please let me know in the comments below. And I don't know, guys, I think this is done. What do you think? I think that turned out really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to fool around with a little bit more of this, but I don't want this video to turn into something that you guys don't want to watch. So I'm going to clean this up and show you the contents of the card kit for the winner of the giveaway. I got a little bit carried away with making sure there was plenty of stuff in there to make 10 Christmas cards out of, but I'm happy with it. So we'll see what you all think. All right. I don't want to spill any of this. Okay. So the winner of the giveaway will get this package filled with goodies. Okay. So I wanted to put candy in it, so I put 2 little Hershey Kisses, peppermint or candy cane flavored Hershey Kisses in there. And then we have a little sequin set of snowflakes and Christmas trees and wreaths and red and green sequins, white and blue snowflakes. I think there's some candy canes in there also. I thought that would be nice to have. And then we have this little set, which has some Studio Katia made crystals and some little things from Lucy's cards, lipstick red gems, and some Studio Katia clear sparkling crystals. And then I put 2 Jingle Bell brads in there, and they really jingle. I was curious to see what the winner would come up with for these Jingle Bell brads on cards. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So they do jingle, both of them. There was a couple in the package I bought that didn't jingle. I was disappointed, but I definitely did not want to give those away to the winner if they didn't work. We have an entire roll of gold glitter foil or washi tape. I wanted to make sure you guys had stuff to make shaker cards. So there is red, green, and white clear little seed beads in here to add to your sequins or whatever you choose to put in your shaker cards to make them shake, make them have a nice little shaking sound. And then in this guy, there's some more sequins, but they're more like specialty sequins. We have, give me a second, some silver snowflakes, some clear snowflakes, some clear confetti sequins and iridescent confetti sequins, and then we have some red, green, gold, and turquoise confetti, and some gold stars. And I have these in a different section of my craft room. I have my just sequins box, and then I have my like special shaker and decoration sequins and confetti. Now, I told you guys how much I really, really wanted that card kit from Hero Arts just because of the green and gold embossing powder. So I made my own. And I made it for the winter. And I have a little swatch here of what it looks like. I used 3 different colors, and there's this metallic green I used. And then this green tinsel embossing powder by Wow. And then I used some gold tinsel embossing powder by Wow, and this is what it comes out to be, and it has a pretty just golden green look to it, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. I think whoever gets this kit is going to enjoy this embossing powder. It was kind of fun making my own embossing powder. I might do it more often. And then you get 2 full tubes of glitter glue, 1 gold, 1 silver. And then I threw in quite a few stickers here. We have a set of snowman stickers with little googly eyes and snowflakes. And then we have these 3 Christmas tree light strands made out of red stickers and green and gold, or green and red jewels. And they do pop up. I had bought some of these and used them myself. You might want to put your own adhesive on because they don't, these little sticky things, they don't necessarily stay when you put them on your card. And then we have 2 packs of Love Nicole 3D snowflake stickers. And then we have about a yard, I didn't measure it exactly, of red Christmas ribbon. And then about a yard each of, here I'll show you, silver and white twine, green, red, and white twine, gold and white twine, and red tinsel and white twine. Mind you, have a lot of options for your Christmas holiday twine. And then I also threw in, I've had this stuff forever, and I love it, and I really wanted you guys to be able to use it too. I have used it on cards, but I have not been able to find it in the years since I bought it. It's just some gold metallic thread. And there's about a yard there. I twisted it around. There's like 4 or 5 separate pieces there. And I made sure I anchored it just so it wouldn't get tangled in the mail. Oh, look, there's a stray snowflake. And then I made sure you had 10 card bases. So we have 2 in the light turquoise, 2 in white cardstock, 2 light, like a light smoky gray, 2 in schoolhouse red, but I think it's actually peppermint or wax lips by Basil cardstock, and 2 craft. So 10 card bases. And then we have some specialty cardstock and paper. Now this is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's like a textured snowflake paper. The description on the paper said vellum, but it feels, it does not feel like vellum. It feels like a velour, and the paper is very shiny and delicate. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of that at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we have some, I know these aren't full panels, but I figured you could use them for strips along your sentiments or along with pattern paper, or to cut your sentiments out of. So we have a Christmas green, a Christmas red, and a blue to go with the snowflake set aspect of this kit. And then I got you a Believe embossing die from Love Nicole. It's the same one I use right here. I thought that'd be a nice addition to the kit. And then this is the stamp set. I'm not gonna open it. It's this little girl. I'm not sure what her name is. And she's got Christmas clothes on. She's got a little Christmas penguins. She's singing carols here, and you got the little music notes. Here she's just posing for you. Here she's got a whole bunch of presents with a penguin helping her and a Santa bag over her shoulder. And then, like I said, you have the two separate penguins. And it also comes with an embossing folder that says Merry Christmas with some holly. I'm also giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's 8. Yeah, 8 pieces of Nina Solar Crest 60 pound. In case you want to stamp on that and color on that. And then we have some like snippets here. They're kind of like die cuts, but not really. Some of them are bigger. There's no peeking and Christmas trees, season's greetings. There's some stripes, plaid stripes, and some pieces with holly on them. This looks like a knit sweater to me. And a nutcracker, Noel, Believe, Holly Jolly, a wreath that says joy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. You might not use any of it. You might use a lot of it. Definitely wanted you guys to have options, because I'd like to see you guys be able to use this like you would any kit you buy, where you only use what's in the kit. Aside from like adhesive and, you know, maybe some sequins and some different colored inks. And here's your pattern paper. This is the last. This is it for the kit. You've got a green plaid and 2 sheets of red and black checkered plaid. 2 sheets of this Christmassy striped pattern. We've got some icicle looking paper, some poinsettias and pine cone and berry background. This has a whole bunch of Christmas goodies in it. Pine cones and wreaths and bells and bows, pine bows, ornaments. This is a very pale snowflake background with some music notes. This is really nice if you inked, distress inked over it. Some like blurred out sparkly Christmas lights. I love this panel. It's like a outline of evergreen trees with a bunch of snow. And then you have a realistic background with some winter trees and some prancing reindeer and old-fashioned, how I think of them anyway, old-fashioned retro ornaments. So I hope the winner of this kit enjoys it, and I hope they send me pictures of their cards. Like I said, the winner will be announced in the next video. There weren't a lot of people that commented, so I think what I'm going to do is there'll be the winner of the kit, the runner-up who gets a set of any 10 cards they like, or mix and match, a set, whatever, plus Lindsay's card that she wanted to give away, the penguin card she made. And then I was thinking, if you guys wanted, everybody else who entered but didn't win, I could send you a Christmas card. Whether or not you wanted me to fill it out to you, or if you wanted to use it to give to somebody else, is really up to you. I will put my email address up when I announce the winner of the giveaway, and anybody that chooses to receive a card can email me with their information. I had fun making these backgrounds with you guys. I will be putting another video up where we use these backgrounds to make whatever cards I'm making for that day. That will be very soon, because I wanted to try and do a video every few days, even if they were longer videos for you guys. I wanted to really do a Christmas series, even though I cannot edit right now. So you guys have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of your week. I'm sure I'll see you before Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.